There's a simple mental model that any trader can implement that will ensure that you achieve your trading goals, whether these be funding goals, payout goals, or full-time trading goals. So let's get into it. Now, a big issue I see with traders is they have their goals way up on a pedestal. And what they're doing is they're detaching from this particular goal. And they're saying that this goal is way above my skill set and it's way beyond me. And they're putting it way up on a pedestal, minimizing themselves relative to the goal. And in that state, they're never going to achieve the goal. So what a trader needs to learn to do is take these particular goals off the pedestal, make them more real, and then set action plans to achieve them, which is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video. So the challenge many traders face is you've got a trader here, and let's just draw a little stick figure. A trader. And let's say, for example, this trader has a goal to go off and become a funded trader. And they want to achieve a $200,000 funded account. What they're doing is they're putting this goal up on a pedestal, above them in their mind. And whenever you put something up on a pedestal and you're infatuated with that goal, which all that means is you're seeing more benefits than you are drawbacks to that goal, then what you do is you, by law of contrast, minimize and resent yourself, because if this goal is very pleasurable and you don't have this goal right now your life in comparison is negative to that, which means you're seeing more drawbacks than benefits to yourself and to your trading right now. So what's happening in this state, a trader has this goal of being a full-time or a funded trader up on a pedestal, give me any goal whatsoever, and in their mind they're seeing more benefits and drawbacks, which means they have a fantasy of this goal, which means they're not seeing the goal for what it is. They're seeing more benefits to this goal, and they've exaggerated this goal in their mind about how good it is and how pleasurable it is and how beneficial it will be. And they're seeing a fantasy of this goal as opposed to the actual goal. So the first thing here to recognize is that, and I see this over and over with traders. For example, a trader wants to become a funded trader, and they create this idea in their mind about how that goal will look, all the positive things, because they're inundated by the marketing and they're susceptible to the marketing from these prop firms. And they see all these people on social media with funded accounts, and in their mind they create this idea of how being a funded trader would look. It's all positive. It's this fantasy, more benefit than drawback. They put this goal way up on a pedestal. And then what happens is some of these traders, by luck, they pass these funding challenges, they get the funded account, and then they get smacked by all the drawbacks. And they realize, oh, this wasn't what I thought it would be. They realize they have more stresses. They realize they have more anxiety and fear. And now all of a sudden that they have the funded account, they've got so much stress over losing that funded account. And that stops them from trading their plan properly and sticking to their trading plan. So they start to realize that there are challenges to this funded account, and it wasn't what they initially thought. And then when they lose that funded account, inevitably, because they're not prepared for it, they resent themselves and they go on this real spiral and they spiral out. So the first challenge with putting your goals up on a pedestal, and everybody does it in a sense, but some have differing degrees of how infatuated they are with the goal. And what happens in this state is traders, they're now self-minimized, so they don't feel confident towards that goal. And like I mentioned, if they do achieve that goal, all of a sudden they have a fear of losing it because they're infatuated with it, okay? So the secret to ensuring that you actually do become a funded trader, or we can exchange this goal up here with becoming a full-time trader, you want to be aware of all the drawbacks and all the risks and everything that could go wrong with that particular goal in advance. And the idea that you have it up on a pedestal by definition means you're seeing more benefits than you are drawbacks. So the first exercise you want to do is you want to sit down with a piece of paper and pen and write down, all right, what specifically is the goal? Well, maybe the goal in this type of scenario, like we've mentioned up here, is to become a funded trader with $200,000 with this specific prop firm. Write that down. And then you want to go through and you're already aware of the benefits of that goal. That's what's initially attracted you to wanting to achieve that goal. You see all the benefits of it. And in your mind, you're seeing that more money can equal more income in some cases. More money from the prop firms leveraging your skills as a trader means you have more income, which means you can maybe get a nicer place or a nicer car or a nicer watch. So you're already aware of the benefits of being a funded trader, and maybe you think that becoming a funded trader is going to help you with your social status in your community. You can share that, and you can become more of a leader in your community, be more respected in your community. Okay, so you're already aware of the benefits. That's why you're pursuing that goal, but you're unaware of the real drawbacks. The truth is, being a funded trader, being a full-time trader has both benefit and drawback, just like anything. It's going to have pros and cons. There's going to be things that benefit you. There's also going to be challenges with that. Okay, now, if you're only aware of the benefits in advance, you're going to put it up on a pedestal. You're going to be infatuated with it. You're going to minimize yourself. You're going to lack confidence. And you're not going to be seeing the goal for what it is. So the first exercise you want to do, number one, write down your goal specifically and be specific with it. And then number two, write down all the drawbacks, all the risks, all the disservices of that particular goal. So step number two is you're writing down all the drawbacks, all the risks, all the disservices of that goal. You're having a look, all right, being a funded trader, what are the drawbacks to that? What are the drawbacks to trading more capital? Okay, well, that means there's greater stresses, there's greater fears, there's greater emotions, and there's greater accountability. I really need to make sure that the trading plan and system I'm trading, I'm certain in, because there's no hiding anymore. And what are more of the drawbacks and risks? Well, maybe if you post in your community and you're more of a leader in the community, you're going to have more people messaging you. You're going to have more of, more annoyances, people messaging you, wanting advice for free and wanting your time for free. Okay? And what are more of the drawbacks and risks of being a funded trader? Well, maybe everything you've set up and the reason you're waking up every morning is that you want to become a funded trader. And if you become a funded trader, now you're going to lose your sole motivation for trading, because your whole identity was around becoming a funded trader. And what are some more of the risks of being a funded trader? Well, sometimes these prop firms aren't as reliable as what people think they are. And sometimes you think you got some reliable source of funding, but in reality, you don't. So there are some risks of some of these prop firms going under. And what are some more of the drawbacks of being a funded trader? Well, you may put your source of income, the income source that you rely on some of these prop firms, and you're relying on these prop firms, and if they go under, you lose your primary source of income. So there are real risks and drawbacks of being a funded trader. You just need to write down an extensive list until you see that being a funded trader has drawbacks equal to the benefits. And what you're going to do in this state is you're going to take the goal off the pedestal and you're going to level yourself with the goal. And now you're not going to be infatuated with the goal. You're going to see it for what it really is. It's a goal, being a funded trader. Yes, it's a wise strategy to helping you achieve what you want as a trader. You want to make more money as a trader. Well, being a funded trader is a great tool to leverage your skill and make more and more money, low risk, right? But there are still drawbacks to that. You need to be aware of the drawbacks. Because when you write down all these drawbacks, you take the goal off the pedestal, you regain your confidence, you're no longer infatuated with this goal, which means you no longer fear losing it, you no longer have stress when you're trading it, and you're going to have more confidence to just stick to your trading plan and your trading processes, which is what's ultimately going to get you that goal. But you also have really great data here of all the risks and all the drawbacks and everything that could go wrong, okay? So the third step here is now you want to plan contingencies and a risk management protocol for each of these drawbacks. These are real things, real risks, real drawbacks that could happen, right? And are likely to happen. So by planning in advance, you're all of a sudden prepared for these. So when they do happen, you've got a plan, you've got a contingency that you follow. For example, being a funded trader or being a full-time trader, you may put your primary source of income in the reliance of something that's a little bit unsteady. A prop firm is a little bit unsteady. Or sometimes the market won't present opportunities for you, so you won't have an income source for that month. That's a real drawback and a real risk of being a full-time funded trader. So a contingency here is you put 3 to 6 months of cash savings in the bank and you stash it there as an emergency fund. So if you do need income to pay bills or to cover expenses, you've got income there. Okay? Another drawback is that you may lose all your motivation and discipline because now all of a sudden you've become a funded trader. So a contingency there is to expand your vision for yourself and now set up a new goal to get another prop firm and another prop firm with 3 to 5 multiple different prop firm companies and scale from 200,000 to the next goal, 1 million. So you expand your vision for yourself. And another drawback of being a funded trader is that some of these prop firms aren't reliable. So a contingency you can plan there is, instead of just going for one and putting all your eggs in one basket, diversify across multiple different prop firms and build up your diversified assets across multiple different prop firms. So what you're doing here is you're taking the goal off the pedestal, you're preparing for the realities of this goal, and now all of a sudden you have confidence, you're not emotional anymore, you're only just sticking to your processes because you're not infatuated with the goal, you're not fear losing that goal, you don't have anxiety trading the funded account, okay? And now if those drawbacks do come true, you don't have to worry. You've got a plan, you've got a contingency in place. And then step number 4 is go back to sticking to your trading plan and your trading processes and continuously execute on them. But the truth is you can't do that if you're infatuated with the goal in the first place. That's why it's important to take it off the pedestal. Now, this is true for funding. This is also the exact same exercise you'd do for full-time trading or any goal you have. Now, if you're infatuated with the goal, you're not truly seeing the goal for what it is, because you're blinded with confirmation bias, with your bias. But when you go through and do this exercise and you see the drawbacks of the goal and you're aware of it, you're aware of both sides of the goal, you're now all of a sudden prepared for the realities of that goal. So if you have goals to become a funded or a full-time trader, or you already are a funded and full-time trader, and you've got a lot of anxiety and stress while pursuing those goals or while in those goals, do this exercise. It will alleviate the anxiety, the stress, it'll make you more prepared, and it will help you ensure that you stick to your trading plan and your trading processes, which is ultimately the main way to achieve any goal as a trader. Okay, if you found this useful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with the trading friends and trading communities that you know will get value from it. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.